happy to be here tonight? Is someone happy to be here tonight?
Yes, yes, sir.
And let's celebrate Jesus. He's our everything. He's our doctor. He's our master. That's why we thank him and we believe him. Blessed be to your holy name. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. You may take your seat. Please, can I have this sound? This sound is... Okay. Today we're talking about confidence as it affects you as a business person, as it affects you as an employee, as it affects you as a leader. There are many aspects of confidence, but I will try and bring out some certain things that will be of value to us today. First of all, success is something successful people exhibit. They exude confidence. They ooze of confidence. Why do they do that? Because they believe in themselves and what they are doing. See, the confidence does not come when you have money. Confidence does not come when you are successful. Because some people are waiting to be successful. Some people are waiting to make it. In the course of life, when young men we talk, and sometimes I remember some of the things that I used to discuss. We used to talk about, we used to discuss, and I realized that a lot of people have the notion that they will be able to do certain things when they become successful. When I have money, I'm going to have friends. That is one. I'm going to know successful people when I have friends, when I have money. I'm going to move in certain circles when I have it. But the problem is that when you wait for when you have it, for you to begin to be confident, it's already too late. Confidence is what you build yourself. Hebrews, I think 10:35 says, cast not away your confidence, for it has great recompense of reward. Confidence is faith. Confidence makes you stand out in what you do. A confident man is attractive. That you stand there, you do not even know. Catch it, please, can you hear me with this sound? I can barely hear myself. A confident person, when he walks into the room, you will realize, for some reason, you will want to know this person. Confidence does not necessarily mean that you have to be charming, you have to be able to speak, and confidence is as a result of somebody that has worked on himself in believing that I am this. So because of this is who I am, I can become this. Confidence starts from what is your reference point? What is the reference point for your confidence? What is the reference point that you use as a person? Where do you draw your confidence from? Where do you say, oh, if everything shuts down, breaks down, this person will come to my aid? Where do you get that confidence from? Okay, now you don't have a good father. You don't have a father. Your father never left anything for you. You didn't even finish school. You didn't even see the walls of secondary school. But does it mean that your life is going to be, does it mean that your life is going to be somehow stunted? Does it mean that you can never amount much more than what you currently are? See, anybody that is doing well is somebody that has pumped themselves up. And it takes a while. I have said here many times that who you see today is not how I was born. The way I was born, there was no way I can do what I am doing now. There is no way. If I tell you, I don't want to get into it, so I will miss, but if I tell you certain things about me, you will not believe that it is me that is talking to you right now. It's a choice. It's a choice that I will become this. I will become this person. This is who I want to be. I say to business people, you must have 5 companies that you want your company to be like. 5 people that you want to be better than in life. Because there's no need to identify 5 people just for the point of identifying 5 people. No. You plan to be better than them. What are the circumstances that you see a man that has nothing all of a sudden begins to do and break out in something like my pastor says, that he says somebody is proud. He says, what is sponsoring no pride? You know, because it's the truth. I don't know why I've said it here. When I got into year 1, because all my life I observe. So when they used to drink, where they hang out, I've forgotten what they call it. I saw this year 2 student, very smallish boy. He has red lips, small boy. I was even thinking that he's in secondary school. He came to visit his friend. He was in year 2, small boy. As in, you will see that he's young. I'm not sure he's more than 16. He wanted to go and buy a drink, and one student was there and wasting. He pushed him out, and the guy complained, why did you push? He just slapped him 2 times. He just slapped him 2 times. Who are you that you are coming? You are just coming. You are telling me, come on, get out of this. You don't know that people own this school. The boy was too short. He was standing. Somebody just advised him, buy your drink and leave this place. Or buy your drink quietly and leave this place. What was sponsoring his pride? Can someone answer? What now? What was it? He's a cult voice now. Do you understand? So he knows that there are people behind him. If not, that man that is slapped can put him like bread, you know, like just squash him like bread, like this. And that's what gives him confidence. What is the average mindset of a cultist? Of a cult, I don't know, cultists during my time is different from fraternity on campus. Because nowadays you can't even know the difference. From primary school they start. Because when we say cult boys, it's different from what we are now. But I don't want to go into that. What is the mindset of an average cult boy? What is the mindset? you will realize that there are three kinds of people there. One, people that go there for the sake of tradition. They have seen their elders. Someone like me, I was hearing C-Dog, my brother, my cousin, they never discussed anything with me, but I was hearing it all over. You understand? That is grooming, conditioning. That perhaps if you go, you want to belong, because it's a family thing. It's okay where you're coming from. Some people enter. One guy I heard entered when we were leaving school. I heard him say, this school will know that somebody came here today. He was there, he was registering. But he was already where he was coming. When I looked at the guy, I realized why he said that. He was as handsome as some of our leaders that we say they are handsome from behind. And you know their name. He was looking like one of them. What I'm saying is that God did not help him in the face. So, but he came to school, he said, I will show them here. Why? Because he knew that that is the only way he can talk to girls. That is the only way he can drink and be somebody, by being a cultist. That's the only way. So it's a sense of belonging to boost your self-esteem. To boost your self-esteem. The other one is out of ignorance. Follow, those are the ones that die. Those are the ones they hit. Let me tell you that there is, how will I say, there is politics everywhere. They say, now fly when you get legal advisor. They follow dead body enter grave. Some people know some things, and some people don't know some things, and some people are sacrificed. Those are the third category of people. So what am I saying? If you want, when you come out now, you realize that some of them now look at, where do I go? Let me go into politics so that I will continue. Yeah, I will continue to go and become those that have left school. Let me go and join them so that, because that is my terrain. What are they doing? This is all that they have known that will give them confidence. Yeah? So another class of people are people that have one or two, because you must see something before it begins. Nothing can tempt you that you don't know about. I mean, if you don't know about something, nothing can tempt you. You will have one cousin or one uncle somewhere that is now, we can say, is a member, a cultist or occultist. Yes. Certain people, before it can entice you. And mind you, I don't want to go too far. You know, your genes determine what you do. If your father belongs in all these things, if your father is a society man, is even a beer drinking, oh, okay, that's how you will be. Oh. The way you see your father is 60 to 70% is, but your father's demons, you will fight them. And if your father did not prepare well, what killed him will come after you one day. It's true. I have a friend now. What happened to his father is what is actually happening to him now. The circumstances, why am I bringing this thing? Somebody come and tell you, somebody have told me, oh boy, they get pastors for a midst. I've said this story many times. When my office was in Uche, we have pastors in our midst. Young people like me that time. They say, Uche, business is not strong. I was so happy. I said, okay, it's not strong. They say, okay, I thought it was Potako Club. Then I've been meaning to go and join golf club. I thought it was what he was saying. So I was ready. But when he made that statement as we were walking out my office, he didn't even enter my office. As we were walking into the gate, he parked outside. He said, why am I said, because I said, where? He said, well, we have pastors in our midst. I just froze. If you have, you must have people there in your upbringing, in your surrounding, that you know about these things. What you don't know can tempt you. So when it comes to the time of pressure, what do? And the devil will send someone to whisper to you, you can try this. You know, because we cannot feel this God now. Where is this God when I'm suffering? Someone listen to me. Listen to me carefully. This finance that you see me I'm teaching, you think, I have said it here many times before. The things that I teach, I later find them in books. It's my search. It's my search out of financial lack. That is what led me to it. And I say, look, if you want to be rich, change your lifestyle. Become born again. Know the principles of wealth, which is what I'm teaching. Which is, I'm teaching personal wealth. This one is not company wealth. Personal. Personal wealth is those laws we talk. It's just for you to earn income. I'm not talking about your company and all those things. Where you earn income from. That's all I'm saying. Is that out of the request to be able to break free from something. Because I also was tempted. Because I had a father that was high society. You need to have met me, love me. If you cannot resist alcohol, when it comes to your village, as in, if it's there 4 days, there's life band 4 days, play music with Ketra. Now you know the kind of person I'm talking about. You will fight those demons in terms of alcohol and all those vices that come with it. Your environment matters, but your environment cannot cage you. If I want to go deeper, I will tell you the temptations of trying, but I believe that you already have an idea of what I'm saying. But I need to seek another power for me to be able to change myself. Because the Holy Spirit told me, the way you came is not the way you are going to finish. So if you used to use this word, and that's why I be, now so you continue to be. Because I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do many things. But I decided that I need to change this mode, and you also can. Hallelujah. You also can. And my freedom came. Romans is my best book. Romans 8 is the best chapter in the Bible. And Romans 14 and 15 is the best verse in the Bible. Because that is where I saw my deliverance. That's where I saw my deliverance. First of all, I read as many as are led by the Spirit of God. These are the sons of God. So I realized that man can help me, man can counsel me, but the Spirit has authority over what I do. It's the Spirit of God that has the final say in directing you. And once you get to understand that the spirit of religion leads you, spirit of religion is a dangerous thing. It makes you spiritual without power. It makes you appear spiritual, but nothing is happening to your life. You are running to church, you are doing all those things, but nothing, because you are not led. For Jesus to work for you, you have to know Jesus for yourself, not the Jesus that your pastor is preaching. There's nothing wrong with the Jesus your pastor is preaching, but you have to have experiential knowledge of this Jesus for it to work for you. There must be an encounter. So I realized that the things that have been guarding me is what men have been saying. I've been basing my life based on what men have been saying. That's why I became careful, because when you talk to your children about your family, be very careful how you tell them about your family. Because that in itself can begin to make them redundant mentally and feel that they have. Growing up, I never had any poor uncle point. In where I come from, there are certain privileged families. One is the king's family, one is the prime minister's family. My father is from the king's family, my mother is from the prime minister. So I did not know anyone that was. So you tell them, oh, this one is the first lawyer here, this one is the first pilot here, this one is the first this one is the first that, and your children begin to think that they are extraordinary, more than the others. But you know that if you don't understand, don't teach your children how to make wealth, those poor people in the village will now come and overtake them, which has not happened. Children literally used to worship, when we go to the village, worship the ground. But those guys are multi-millionaires now, when most of those people from those families are retrogressing now. So be mindful what you say. I used to see one day, he saw me, and he was shaking me with 2 hands. So what are you shaking? You have a staff of 5,000 in New York and Nigeria. Who is supposed to shake? I'm supposed to shake you with 2 hands and 2 legs. You understand? So your confidence for me, for many years, was people, because that was what I saw. One thing you will see with the rich, anything that happens, oh, it's Mr. Chima that will handle this one. Oh, Mr. This, they already know who and who to send you to, but men can fail you. Men can fail you, because when that father is no longer around, what will happen? He's a strong man now, so he defended you. So you now get to 40, the man is no longer, and you have no source of power. That was where I found myself. You know, when you have a strong father, very strong in all things, very strong in all things, someone can boast and say nobody can kill me, that kind of person. But when he now goes, first of all, when he goes, your strength and your fat, your liver will fail you. So what do you do? What do you do? What do you base your confidence on? All my life I've based it on men. This one, no, this one. So Romans 8:15 says, You have not received from me the spirit of bondage again to fear. You have not received from me the spirit of bondage again to fear. Because when there's in the absence of power, there's fear. In the absence of power, there's greed. Brother will dupe and kill brother. There's absence of power. The word I was looking for is desperation. And a desperate man can do anything. In the absence of power or in the presence of fear, there is desperation. He said, I have not given you none of those things. But here now, I have given you the spirit of adoption, wherein you can shout, Abba Father. Verse 16, and my spirit will bear witness with your spirit that I'm your God and your Father. I read it, I'll go. I could not leave that place until I went back to 15. He said, there is a spirit called adoption. So it means that you are now an adopted son of God. How? As if that is not enough. He says that my spirit will bear witness with your spirit that you are. Your spirit will bear witness that with your spirit that you are his son. Then if you are his son, what? Then you are a heir. If you are a heir, you are co-heir with Jesus. It was so mind-boggling. So I realized that spirit, there is a spirit that comes upon you. I was teaching here last week. I said there's a spirit of investment. If you want to have the spirit of investment, can someone tell me what I said?
Always read investment.
Because anything that is uppermost in your mind, you attract by natural law of attraction. So read everything investment. Read everything vehicle. You will become a vehicle master. It's simple. So I now say, wow, there's a spirit of adoption. So every day I'll look at myself in the mirror and I will say, I'm an adopted child of God. I'm co-heir with Jesus. So I cannot be poor. So that I cannot be sick. Someone hearing me, I cannot be those things. Does it work in one day? Yes. It doesn't. But after 3 months of every day, so my prayer, I now realize that my prayer language changed. My prayer language now moved to the next level of declaring who I am every day. And the more I declare who I am, the more I become who he wants me to be. So you see now, the mold of which you came with, it's not how he expects you to end up. He expects you to end up based on speaking the word that he gave to you. Then you will discover who you are. If you do not discover who you are during the desperate times, you will do desperate things. So, and I kept going. And the more I speak it, it will drop one scripture. The more I speak it, it will tell me one scripture. The more I go like this, it will tell me one scripture, and I begin to build it. It led me to Matthew 21, talked about the feast, the parable of the feast. He said, I am the king that said, go into the highway and bring everybody there. And he said, it's not only to eat once, but to eat forever. How can I be? So every morning in your devotion, that is when you go to sup with the King of Kings. It's a banquet that he has set. That's why he says that his blessings are new every morning. His banquet is set every day. So every morning the King of Kings is there, waiting for you to come. And when you come, the feast is on, but you stay at the gate and be God praying, God, I need food. I need food. Just go inside. Because there's a law that says, ask and it shall be given to you. God does not go against his words. That's why he exalts his word above his name, so that you will believe him. So you can be in the banquet hall, but yet be hungry. You can be in the banquet hall, but yet be sick, be confused, not know what to do. And this is the place we find ourselves. Money responds to covenant. Simple. Deuteronomy 8:18. Money is not about crying. Money is not about. See, living by the. Once you understand the laws of money, understand that it's a covenant. Invoke that covenant on a daily basis. Then you will see money begin to come. Because money is a covenant. Why do people kill and enter, go to shrine and wear white pants and go for to do sacrifice if it's not about covenant? But there's already a covenant in place. And that covenant is that covenant that you need to invoke all the time and to make your declarations. To ask God to receive. These are the sons. The whole world is waiting, is groaning and waiting for the manifestation of the sons, manifestation of the princes of Africa. So this is what the princes of Africa, they once imagined, if they're going to have this mentality, who can stop them? When they know their money is not because of one governor, one rich man, one uncle. They know that their money is because of a covenant that was ratified with the blood of Jesus. So you cannot be poor. You see, there is a power backing every covenant. There's a power. Covenant is between one lesser and one greater, right? So the one that is greater has the power to effect anything that you want, as long as you are keeping the covenant requirement. So the power of God backs that covenant. How can you be poor? How can you be sick? Sickness is not in crying. It's not in fasting. Sickness is appropriating the finished work on the cross. By his stripes you are healed. Why am I saying that? The woman with the woman that had a daughter that was harassing Jesus and Jesus said, when Jesus said, healing is the children's bread, the woman now said, even the crumbs will fall. And Jesus said he had great faith. But you, because you are, Jesus came for the seed of Abraham. That's one. And so now, because you are Christ, you have become a seed of Abraham. If you are a seed of Abraham, you are entitled to the commonwealth of Israel. So as Jews are prosperous, you too, you are prosperous. So now that healing is not in crumbs. That healing, you can eat the whole loaf all by yourself because you are a son. Your son does not go to the kitchen and be begging house girl to give him food. Or there will be food there in the kitchen and your son is hungry. So what are you working for? All this creation God created. So what does God spend money? Does God ride Ferrari or live in houses? All these things were created for you. But if you do not desire it, see, success and wealth is like giving your life to Christ. It's changing your mindset. So this day I leave you with this assignment. Change your mindset to that. Start from that scripture. Change your mindset. That same Romans 8:29. God's desire is that we conform to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn out of many brethren. So God wants siblings for Jesus. Jesus is tired of being the only son in heaven. So, but he wants brothers and sisters to join him. Look at the exalted position that you find yourself. So how can you be poor? That transformed the US and Europe. If you are not transformed inside, you cannot change anything on the outside. Nothing. Wealth is here. Success is here. Is what you know. Is what you know. You see, you will read some certain books, or if you read, there are some certain Oriental beliefs and religions and all that. They mutter one thing over and over every day. People of other faiths, they mutter things every day, and you become that thing. So the spirit of adoption comes in saying those words. You can take this chair now and begin to worship it, and begin to worship it, and begin to call how beautiful this chair is, how wonderful this chair is. The power, any power that be around can come and claim that throne, and you begin to worship it. But when you will know that power past power is that when somebody is calling upon the name of Jesus, and you are calling, see, when you, anything you want to worship, you will see a god or a demon or whatever that will come to worship. You worship that thing. It will help you do one or two magic. What you call, there is a spirit behind everything, and there's a spirit of adoption. Once you say this thing, that spirit begins to enter inside of you, and when you have that spirit, it's like you will not be afraid of anything. You don't have the money yet, but you're not afraid. There's some certain words I was telling you, because some of the things I teach, I also teach them personally. And I was teaching this guy, teaching a friend of mine. You know, when he comes, he's in total despair. He says, you will hear from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. You will hear some certain things that somebody that is doubting God, you know. But after 3-4 months of repeating these things, when he comes now, we never discuss lack. We discuss promoting God's kingdom on earth. So, because when you are talking to God, let me tell you something. If you enter deep worship with God, you think God is going to answer you with money, He's going to give you an assignment. And God speaks to you about your assignment. He doesn't speak to you about money. It was a frustration for me. God will be giving you dimensions of revelation in the world, and you'll be like, God, what is happening then? And he died here. But it tells you that I've already given you principles of how money should work for you. You shouldn't work for money. Build yourself into it. Once you arrange yourself, God begins to bring opportunities. If you have not heard those teachings, go to our marketplace YouTube, and you can get those teachings on the laws of money, so that we can fully understand what it is. I now enjoy speaking to this man because, why? Because he now speaking kingdom. The spirit has truly touched him. He's not afraid again. Things have not changed drastically, but he knows the way. That is confidence. There are two things we do here. Kingdom, I speak the kingdom one, and I also speak the secular one. But the kingdom one gives you power. Because it's backed by spirit, it's backed by power. Listen, this year I say, follow instructions. Follow instructions. More than anything, follow instruction this year. Practice what you hear, and you will see transformation. Okay? So that we will not look as if we did not come to a business seminar. So let me now tell you what the world talks about confidence, so that you can also be grounded in that. Let me give you some facts about confidence. 1, doubt breeds doubt. When you doubt, it continues to give birth to doubt, and doubt speaks, and it speaks volumes. When you can hear discouragement, excitement, joy in the voice of someone, ask yourself tonight, when I'm speaking to someone, what would they be hearing? Are they hearing desperation? Or are they hearing someone that is confident that his God is going to bring him out? Is he speaking like somebody that, yes, I'm going through hell, but there's a word that says that many are the afflictions of the righteous, but this our God will deliver them from all? Doubt breeds doubt. And guess what? Since doubt speaks, how will somebody believe in you when there is doubt internal? How will I believe your business ideas, your capability, when you don't believe it? Let me tell you, many years you come and bring a business proposal, you bring a product. I always do it and I laugh. I will begin to ask you some certain questions, and I'll begin to ask you about how successful have you been with this product. Oh, some people will talk to after 10 minutes. I don't know this product self, I don't understand. And we ask, so what have you done? Who have you served? I'm not really, this thing, we're just trying to push this thing in the market. Why will I buy from you? Because there's already doubt. There's already doubt. Maybe you like something and you reach there, it's an evil man, you say, child, this man will cheat me. There's already doubt inside of you. So when you get there, you know what will happen? There's nothing, if that man is the most honest man you've ever met, you will never believe. And that already taints your image, your presentation. I said, whatever you're doing, go in there with an open mind. Believe. Do not, cast not away your confidence. He has great recompense of the world. It takes challenge, it takes confidence to reach new challenges. People who are fearful, remember, you have not received the spirit of fear. So people that are fearful and insecure tend to stay within their comfort zone. They remain in their comfort zone because they have 22 million reasons why that thing will fail, and they are not sure. Okay? And you know one thing with comfort zone does, no matter what, no matter the heat and pressure, comfort zone does not expand. Comfort zone is comfort zone. What it gives you is all that there is. What you see in the comfort zone is all that there is. So, if you are comfortable with your comfort zone, it means that you lack confidence. That's why you stay on a job you don't like, You are doing business and the turnover you don't like, but you do nothing because deep inside of you there are issues of doubt and lack of confidence. Another fact about confidence is that unconfident people often fall mercy to external circumstances. They are usually stopped in their tracks by obstacles and they can never rise to the top. You see, somebody is not confident, is looking for an excuse. Is looking for an excuse, actually looking for an excuse not to go further. So if he meets anything on the way, I said it, in this worrying economy, nothing is working. He's looking for an excuse. But I tell you tonight, no one is stopping you from what you want to accomplish. So remove every barrier of self-doubt. Know you are a child and a daughter of the Most High, and that you are adopted into the kingdom of God. You are also adopted into the Commonwealth of Israel. So you cannot fail. Okay? Alright, so let us look at some confidence boosters. Let's look at some confidence boosters. Number one, take an honest look at yourself. Do an appraisal of who you are. Do an honest appraisal. And how do you do appraisal? Your strengths and your weakness. Do an honest appraisal of who you are. There's a difference between what it means to be concerted and what it means to be confident. To be concerted, that's C-O-N-C-E-I-T, is somebody that puts too much pride in their own self-worth. It means to brag. It's different from confidence. Someone that brags, they are bragging because they don't have the ability. You will know when somebody is talking confidently and when somebody is bragging. Someone is bragging and you are asking, so how do we do it? He said, leave that matter. I'm telling you, that is the secret. That's the secret of what you don't know. That guy is bragging. But somebody that will tell you, okay, we are doing this, he might not tell you the secret, but he's talking in confidence and you don't know what he's talking about. But the way he's talking, you realize that there's something. So clearly, you need to know people that brag and people that are confident. You are confident when you prepare. If you're going for a presentation and you are well prepared and you know that thing, there's a level of confidence, true or false? But when you are not too sure about some certain things that they might ask you, your confidence level will go down. Okay, so confidence means you believe you can get the job done. Confidence is actual work. Confident people are self-aware of themselves. There's something I saw that I wrote down. It said that when your confidence exceeds your ability, you have crossed the line into arrogance. Maybe someone should write that. I really liked it. When your confidence exceeds your ability, you've crossed the line into arrogance. So, in order to win an argument, you will say things that you know you cannot do. You will say things that you know you have no ability to. He has entered arrogance. And you see, arrogance always ends in embarrassment and disappointment. Because somebody might just decide to take you up on it and you are not able to do that. So true confidence is planted in reality. At all times, let it be in reality. So to grow your confidence, it's important that you take an honest and accurate assessment of your ability. This is what you can do. In business, this is what I can do. And what you cannot do, there are two reasons. Now you get a job. Let me break it down. Now you have a job. And in this job that they've given to you, because some clients or most clients want to give you all the jobs, even though they have different aspects, and expect you to handle it. Example, you can call your mechanic, and out of that mechanic there's a painting job and there's also a panel beating job. You just give it to your mechanic expecting that you will negotiate round. True or false? Okay, so but he knows that you are not a panel beater, you're a mechanic. So what you do now, but some clients don't even know the difference. So what you're able to do now, what do you do is, this is what I can do, is the first option. And sir, I do not know how to do this too. If you don't have the time, and if you do not honestly know people of integrity that can do that, then don't take that job. Be honest enough to say, this is what I can do. On the other hand, if you have qualified people that you have been tested, that you have worked with over time, you can say, yes, I can do this, I can do that. You can also tell your clients, this is what I do, but I can recommend somebody for you. I've worked with him that can do this. Be honest. If you cannot do all the job, be honest. Because if not, you will get to a point that the expectation will be much and you will not be able to deliver. And at that point, when they call you, you will not have strength again. You will be stammering. Before you collected the money, your mouth was sharp. But now he has come, you become embarrassed. You become so embarrassed, what happens? You might not be able to go back there again. And you have burned the bridge to somewhere that you could be feeding from every day. So please, walk in honesty. And number two, confidence booster is say no. Learn how to say no. It's as simple as that. Sir, please, I can't do this, or this is what I can do. Nobody can fault you or kill you for being honest. Nobody. Because it takes a level of confidence to be able to say no. To be able to back out of something that can give you a problem later on in life. It's a confidence booster when you can say no. Even if the person is superior, even if the person, you have to know how to be tactful to say, sir, please, I'm not able to do this. The person will think, oh, okay, this is a confident guy that knows what he's doing. Don't accept what you are not able to do. Number three, surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with people that will boost your confidence. Surround yourself with people that encourage you. And please, if you want to get married, marry someone that encourages what you do. Marry someone, do not lie about what is your life passion. What you want to do might be different from what you're doing now. But be honest enough to say, this is what I'm doing now, but this is what I expect to do. Because those people are the people that will encourage you. Have you wondered when they say Arsenal or say Man U, they don't have confidence? people that watch football, they say it's like the team has lost confidence. True or false? Do you know why? These are professionals. Why are they? Why is it? It's difficult. You can be under a terrible boss and you have no confidence. Your confidence level drops. If the coach and the players are not working together, you see that the players will not have confidence. It will begin to show. It will begin to show in their life. If you have a boss or somebody that is superior that is not encouraging and speaking, it's time to leave, because before you know it, words are powerful, especially from people that you hold in high esteem. What they speak into your life is very important. It can kill your morale. So watch who you marry. Even with all the butterfly in your destiny, you know, when people are in love, they forget about their destiny and their future. It's after the marriage they begin to think that you and your destiny and where you are going to must be a total package. When you are discussing, for those that are already married, sorry, but the ones that are not, you and your vision are already, you are going to the same place. So there's nothing that you should have a wife that is talking down or do not believe in what you want to do. Believe me, it will be difficult. I don't know how it works, but I've been married for 17 years. I have gauged what I will wear to church, the tie I will wear to church. Man of God will go and carry tie to wear, my wife will just come. This tie is not good, Joe. I said, what do you mean, leave this tie? But do you know that as I'm knotting it, I'm not able to knot it? After a while, I said, this woman, you like to spoil it himself. I will drop it and do. People around you influence you. Your wife or your husband is critical to where you're going. It's critical. Your boss is critical. If you have a bad boss, the things he says to you, you will think that before you know it, your production level will go down. So please surround yourself with the right kind of people. Then celebrate small victories. It doesn't matter if it's 5,000 or 10,000 or 100,000, whatever it is, celebrate it. The memory, your subconscious mind is taking every victory. Small victory builds confidence. Small victory will build confidence. So celebrate it. It doesn't matter. Don't say it's not 100 million, so I don't have energy for this type of thing. Celebrate the victory. When you celebrate victory, you celebrate people. Celebrate people in your life. During their birthday, celebrate them. If they have one form of anniversary, celebrate people in your life. Because people too are a milestone. You might want to meet a certain kind of person. When you meet that person, celebrate it. When you are able to get to the procurement manager, you've not gotten the job, and you have his number, celebrate it. When you make any small income, celebrate it. It has something. Because victory draws victory. As they say, the deep collects onto the deep. Victory calls on to victory. When you make money, you are encouraged to make more. True or false? Once you are, so if me say something there, let me go and dig deeper. So always celebrate it, talk about it. It helps. Number 5, find a mentor. Don't find me, that's not what I'm saying. Find a mentor. There is something that a mentor will tell you, like a man that came I thought I would see him for like 10 minutes. I ended up seeing him for 3 hours today. What he came for is different from what we started discussing. He came for business. We ended up in marital. He's been married 2 years, thereabout, and issues. I just see two people that are just talking about everybody want to have their own stand. As I was just talking to him, he was asking whether I was secretly inside their house to understand what is happening. It's because everybody has been there now. I don't work on that thing 15 years ago, so I know as he's coming, I'm telling him what to do. He was like, wow. That's what a mentor does. He will just shorten the thing for you and tell you this. Have you seen this? You say yes. Have you seen this? This will happen. If this doesn't happen, go and do this. Simple. That thing can save you 2-3 years of stress. It can save you divorce. It can save you from becoming bankrupt. Look for someone. See, mentor has to do with who you are. Don't go for someone to mentor you that has nothing to do with where you want to go, what you want to become in life. Someone came to talk to me about education. I said, I don't know anything about education. I don't know. I don't even know how to start primary school. I don't know what licenses are. It's not my area. You understand what I'm saying? Look for somebody that has gone through in that thing that you want to. Look for someone. It helps you. Okay. For success, the easiest confidence booster is dressing. And you see it in women. The day a woman dresses and she knows she's dressed, if you see the pep to her step that day, if you see the catwalk, because she's dressing well, true or false? You will know when you dress well, you just have confidence. If you dress well, there's nowhere you will enter. Those places that you know, there's some parties that you will say, oh boy, it's not every party they get crash. Oh, there's some parties that you will get crash. You by yourself will bounce yourself because you don't know who to go and talk to that place. All the people you see there, you see them on television. How will you begin to talk to them? You will just step back and you disappear. But if you dress like them, you might not necessarily dress like, but you might have the courage. You might have wear jeans and t-shirts, but the supporting accessories must speak volume. A must. Because when a man comes, they look at shoe tie, and they look at shoe belt, watch, ring. Okay, now club member. They've sized you up. It doesn't have to be necessarily, but if you know that those things, even if you borrow it, is okay. Because if for a while, before you make it doesn't matter, but you'll be able to enter some setting and they will look at you. There's a man, this one was many years ago when I was doing my master's. There's a guy he wanted me to meet. You know, this guy is very arrogant. Comes from a rich family, very arrogant. When he told me that there's somebody, he said, who be that? You know, as in very arrogant. Then I was doing my master's, I needed him to do some things. So I remember that, I can't forget that day. So he came to my friend's house. So as he came, I was wearing this, what do they call it? Wrist? No. Bracelet, yes, I was wearing bracelet. So then I was wearing my bracelet on my right hand, you know. So when he came, I realized that he was wearing his bracelet. And then, you know, the spirit just enter small. Then I will wear go, if it's gold watch, it must go with gold ring. Forget me, it's juvenile delinquency at that time. So when he came out to see the person. So I stretched. As he shook me, he looked at my hands, his right hand, he looked, he said, okay. His mood just changed. I said, okay, he said I should come inside. So as he was going, his friend that was in another parlor said, he don't say no, club member, leave him. He has never seen me before. That's what dressing does. That's what dressing does. That's what dressing is, not overkill, but that's what dressing does. I like jeans. I like jeans and t-shirts a lot. But I know that I have to dress my age. I don't wear tie and suit. I only wear senator and safari to dress my age, so they will not bounce me in some certain areas. When Jonathan was seeking for second term, my brother was in New York and introduced me to one Hausa child who was, this guy that worked in foreign service, was an aide of Jonathan that time. So he called me and said I should meet him in Owerri. Then they were going around for campaign. So I met him in Owerri. It's okay, say we will talk later, but let me just follow him now, you know. So as Jonathan, first of all, when I entered the VIP lounge in Owerri International Airport, then it was all senators now, and House and all of them waiting, mainly senators. As I just came, one senator just came, this former governor, that PDP governor that they removed, he was there. In fact, when we entered the bus, two of us were sitting together. I just entered the senator of one, I've forgotten his this thing. He came to me, sir, but where are you there since? I never see you since. Where are you there since? Do you know me? Do you understand? I say I do, because you cannot, at that time, we all need to blend now. He said, where you do? I'm telling you, 4 people, so boy, I never see you for a while. I never see you waiting them say I take some small leave. They actually thought I was a senator. They actually. He didn't end, the drama didn't end there. So as the president was coming, you have to line up. This man carried me, went to booth number 5. First of all, he went to introduce me to the PDP chairman. This is one of our supporters this is our main supporter for Port Harcourt. The guy said, thank you for supporting our party. I have never seen these people apart from television. I have never, do you know when we got to the stadium? I was sitting here. Jonathan was sitting here. If I do like this, I will touch his head. That's when this man went to go and put me. If you see the gifts they gave to me, everybody was, when they were sharing the gift to go, some of the ladies, they are nasty now, they are already used to seeing faces. So some people were calling, they would just give them, I didn't say a word though. Sometimes it's good to hold yourself. They will think that it's too much money that is worrying you. They don't know that you are just trying to respect yourself in that place. The woman came, packed everything. She first of all went to my house, who is this? And unfortunately for me, it was that guy that he asked, who is this guy? He said he's one of our main supporters for Port Harcourt. He said he packed everything and gave to me. He said, where is your car? Then not to talk about what it was in the hotel that I ran. We were in the hotel, you see boss came, oh Jesus Christ, 16, 17-year-old. Then that senator from this thing, when we were going to this, come, you are in my state, I will treat you. This man doesn't know me from anywhere. So in the bus going there, that was when this former couple, we start together, we're now gisting. So when we got there, where I ran, I said, no, this one, Bible says, flee from every affair. It was 4 that was shared to me as my national cake. I said, I'm coming like, the car was very far because of this one. I was running with my Senate. I was running. I'm telling you. Because there's a way you will stay there, you will be feeling, you will feel yourself into problem.
Yes.
What caused my problem? Dressing. There was a time I was in presidential hotel. Chamber, we were doing something in a smaller hall. I was late. The conference they were doing there was 150,000. I didn't know. I just came in. I just bounced inside. Nobody said there was police, all the people with big chests. I just entered. Nobody said a word to me. I sat down. I carried this thing. I started looking. I realized that in fact, one of the girls brought the register for me to register inside. One lady was saying, why are you taking it? He said, no, it's not everybody that's fine here to register. I was watching what they were saying. They came. It was when they registered, they gave me. I said, no, this is not. Sorry. I started apologizing. So as I was going out, I told the lady, but you should have told me that this is not what I came for. That even as I am, do you think I can pay 150? They said, no, that they are joking. I said, so when would you have gotten the money? He said, no, sir, we'll come to your office on Monday. We'll just collect your car. What happened? Dressing. Dressing opens doors. So as you invest, 2 things you must invest in every month. Books and dressing. And courage. Anything that will boost your courage. You see all those your friends that just throw leg, anyhow now look when they go. You don't need that again. You don't boil things. You don't do now. Now you work with men. My problem now is that when we are leaving meetings, it's either I go first or I go last. You know why? All of them have soldiers and mopo. So you can imagine. I said these people who put me inside trouble one day. Every day I'm seeing them, they will come. They will say, no, wait now. I say, wait, you have 4 soldiers and 6 policemen taking you home. Me, I'm going to drive all the way. That's my problem now. That's my problem now. When I go, I can't stay because of that. But what happens is that when you stay around with those people, and I'm not sure I'm crazy about those kind of things, but what it means is just a matter of time. Because you become like the company you hang out with. It's just a matter of time. Dress for the occasion. Okay? Be assertive and do not be aggressive. You know, some people are aggressive, especially in marketing. You know, some people feel that if they are in your face and telling you every day that you are going to buy from them, there's a difference between being aggressive and being assertive. People that are assertive don't have confidence. Another word for being aggressive is bullying. Bullying. 2 friends, they went to the same polytechnic before one went to university. One of them built house for his friend. He got to a place, there was problem. They would call me because we were in the same church. That place I should come and put mouth in this man. Classmates. And I asked him, well, what's the problem? He said his problem is that this guy is my friend, but he's too domineering, too aggressive, he's bully. If I tell him, say no, this is it. And because he helped him in school, and now he's a big, so he doesn't want to do anything that they will say he's looking down on. But I didn't know that guy built the house, but he later built the one he wanted when his family came back, and it wasn't this guy that built it. I said, why? He said the guy is a bully. He's too aggressive. So when you market, don't be too, I don't know who told people that be in their face every day. There's a way to be in someone's face to market, but doesn't mean that you'll be too aggressive. It's irritating and annoying. Irritating, and there was a banker that came, he will please open account. They were doing some regional things. He came to me, please, I should come, I should say this, I should do this. They would just come and talk. After a while, I don't see the guy anymore. Because it's not somebody's hard-earned money you want to bully that person to bring out. But there's something when you build relationship. Marketing and sales is about relationship. See, when you are able to break into the market, when you're able to begin to know these people, it's a confidence booster. Don't be aggressive. Someone that is aggressive, let me tell you, when in the marketplace and in those levels, at those levels, when you are aggressive, they will say you are hungry. An aggressive person is a hungry person. I have seen it. We were in a conference, we were in a meeting. One guy came and was, harassing. And this guy said, okay, come to my office on Tuesday or Wednesday. And the other guy said, this is your friend, he's aggressive. I said, yeah, he's aggressive. I also said he was aggressive. I said, leave that commission, that hunger. Let me just use that one, help it. But it's not necessarily true that he's hungry. Hungry people are not usually helped. Because the perception of hungry is that you can run away with money. You can do because you are desperate. Somebody that is aggressive is desperate. And successful people don't deal with desperate people. It means you can run with their money. You can embezzle their money. So, but if you come with confidence and speak, assert yourself properly, they will listen to you. Okay, let me stop here. Confidence is wide. I will look at it if then we can take another aspect. I think February we already have things for February, but maybe at some other time I'll take some other angle about confidence. I've given you confidence, facts about confidence. I've given you facts about confidence boosters, then power behind confidence. What is sponsoring your confidence? Spiritually. Because the spiritual angle takes care of the physical. So once you can put all these things in place, this year you will walk like a king, the son of a king, like the daughter of a king. Practice it. Practice it. Give yourself those spiritual vitamins to drink. Give yourself those spiritual vitamins. Surround yourself with the right kind of people. Get people to speak into your life. If you drive, don't waste that 2 hours in traffic. Listen to something. Feed yourself on something. Confidence boosters. Feed yourself. See, gift. The gift of a man makes room for him. The gift of a man. Rich people are not used to people buying things for them. Surprise them with a gift. It's not the amount. If they want to do something, say, don't worry, no, even if it's well too, and maybe they are giving you leave, please, and let me, it's an honor. Don't waste those opportunities. It goes a long way. You remain in their mind that this man is a good man that can step out. He doesn't have, but he can step out. Do the one that you can. The more people you know, the more confident you become. So make sure the more people you know. There's a man that came into this town, wanted to start a church in this town. And he came to me. We talked. And I'm sure he went to other people. We talked. And part of the things I told him is that people will grow your church. The people that you know will grow your church. Now everybody knows him. Now everybody comes to his church. He belongs. If you are called to be a pastor, if you are called to, then you must be, let me use ministry as a case study. Then you must be able to have someone that will take you to those pastors in town. You know what? Somebody had to take Paul to the disciples, to the apostles, no matter how gifted he was. If Peter did not give him nod, nothing would have happened. Some people we have to say, okay, make him go. If not, it will not happen. So you must be able to find a way, and your hand must be free. If you look at your hand based on what you have, you can never have some certain kind of people in your life. There was a man, let me give you an example. There's a man that gave us job. When his birthday came, I was so embarrassed. So that I also tell him, because you know the class of people, I also tell him. So when they say we should buy gifts, I thought everybody would bring our money now. It's 50,000, 100,000. We all put together and go and buy for him. Did I do wrong?
No.
But the gift they were thinking about it was $100,000 a watch. I said, how much is this contract now? Where I will bring out this type of money? So we change 100,000. You know, when they talk, one of his friends said, so what do you want to give him? Because the one he's wearing is 150,000. What do you want to give him? That will say, okay, these people are, what do you want to give him? It was not, I learned lesson that day, because give a man gift according to his level. You understand? But you have made a friend for life. Because the way we honored him, he feels that we are mates. But that is somebody that bought 2 properties. 450 million, 550 million in one day. Are we mates? In one day, there was property there, they break it down and started building. So that's what I'm saying. It will cost you to be there. If they're having lunch and dinner, if you have, pay for it. Pay for it. Do something that even if you will drink the garri for the next 1 month, it's worth it. When they see you, they will remember you. It's a confidence booster. You know what it means? You enter into a gathering. You know the who is who in that place. You know there are some people that will just come in. It's not in their nature, in their portion in life to even sit at the back again. They just, as they are going to the, they didn't invite them, but their principalities in Port Harcourt, in River State, that as they are going, you will create something for them there. True or false? Yeah. It takes building. And when you can come in, and once, let me tell you, once you can come into that setting, everybody thinks that you are the same with them. That's what I have said. Once you come in there, you know one person. Oh, they will say, sit down. And you can say normal, they even say, you even speak better than them, you even have better ideas. But once you can stay there, you hear what they are saying, you begin to say, it's not that bad now. I thought they would be speaking German language plus. It's not, it's normal things they are saying. It gives you confidence. When you see a new level, it gives you confidence. When you see something new in your life, now approach. now I approach. There's some things that happened in some level of marketing that even me, I say, wow, we have been doing marketing. I didn't know this level. I am going to put it. Each day you learn something because of the people you are, and it gives you a confidence level. I can talk more and more, but I think that we've come to the end of the presentation today. But please, make sure, whatever you do, stay around the things that give you confidence. Listen to the things I said about your spiritual, where your power comes from. Say those things on a daily basis. You will realize that you become lighter. There is no fear anymore. You begin, your shoulders by themselves will begin to be broad. Because now you know that the power that is backing the throne of God is what is sustaining you here. Then you begin to do some bold things. This is my story, and I shared it with you. Thank you very much.